And I'm going to move this cord over here. I'm going to let you position this the way you want it.
Okay.
And then we'll plug you in so the cord's not wrapped around.
Okay. Guess we'll start over here.
Do you want to, you can pop up. You can move that table too if it's easier to move the table.
Let's see.
Oh,
is it this
no.
one?
Did you don't want to touch that other one.
Okay.
There we go. Are you at a good angle for you to see them?
To see? Well, usually I have the computer. Is that not?
But just looking down through that.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, I'm only going to be here for a minute, and then I'll...
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go grab you a computer, too.
Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Hello, good morning. Let me know if you can hear and see okay. Hey, good morning. Thank you. Put my glasses on so I can read. Oh, look, I can see.
I would just get started. I'll get this up for you.
Okay. How's everyone doing this morning? Today we're going to make some zippy bags. Lori Holt came out with some new ones. Hi, Heidi. Hi, Diane. Hi, Emblong. Okay, a few minutes to let some people join. We are right on time.
Do you mind plugging this in there? I don't know if this one works.
There you go. Good morning, Alberta. Thanks for being here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Kathy.
I'm going to ask you to give
Hi,
me
Joanne.
that cord, because I don't even know if this one... Nope, not from there. Just from the phone.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. And you might just have to pay attention to that one. And just...
Does it show me? It doesn't show me.
You know what'll happen? It'll go gray when you're at 5%.
Oh, okay.
Because this one isn't...
All right, good morning. Hi from Sacramento. Good morning, Lila. Zippy bags. Always fun. Always cute. Super easy. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to have fun with some in the hoop embroidery on these. Oh, they're super easy, Alberta. You're going to love it. We're deviating from the I know there's directions on the panel. But we're not really going to follow that at all. So, but it's easy. Don't worry. So this is the pretty embroidery I did on this. Can you see the flowers? Good morning, Dudica. Good morning, Wanda. Barbara. Good morning. Isn't that cute? That's fun. And on this one, we're just going to do some good old-fashioned, diamonds on this one. So these are the two that I'm making today. I think they're the cutest. I like these the best. So you should have cut everything out. So what I have here for all three pieces, So I have the top of the zipper, and I've got some batting to go underneath and some lining that should be this way. Okay, so the lining and the batting is just an inch or so bigger.
Miss Karen,
Yeah.
you're upping good.
Yeah,
Call
I'm
us when you
great.
need us,
I
okay?
will.
Watch
The battery.
It'll go gray, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, I have to plug it in now." And
Okay.
then just
So
feel
just take it from
this.
there.
This goes dead pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So yeah, we have the top of our zipper here. This is the big bag. We're going to do the big bag first. Cut out one of the tags. This is the little tag we'll be putting together for the side. This little part right here. Cut one of those out. Pick whichever one you want. This is the front of the bag. These should be, it's just like a quilt sandwich. The lining is freezing but sunny Florida. Oh my goodness, what is freezing? I have to ask. I know when I have kids in Vegas and they're like, it's freezing here. It's like 40 degrees. It's like, that's not freezing. So it's just like a quilt sandwich. You have your top, your batting, and this wrong side up, the lining. Okay, and again, this is cut just a smidge bigger. I don't think we're going to be doing any quilting on this one, but it'll still be padded and nice. And then the back. We have the back, we have the batting. I did it again. Flip that over. It's in the 60s now, but 40s this morning. I think it was in the teens at my house this morning. But, I don't go outside when it's like that. Okay, so just again, we have our batting and our lining cut just a smidge bigger. And that's so that when we quilt, it's going to bunch up a little bit, and we don't want to mess with how big our bag is. Remember, this is Florida, right? I know. I couldn't imagine. I know. I like I said, I have kids in Vegas. I think it was 47 there this morning, and I'm sure they were all bundled up like it was, Antarctica. If you're not used to it, it's miserable. Okay, so I think we're going to get started. What I'm going to do first, we're going to add our zipper. Got to pick out a zipper. And she has colors here in between the top and the bottom, which zipper to use. And this one was the pumpkin. So that's the one I'm going to use, but you can use whatever color you want. Okay. Well, let's get our tag done. Let's get that done real fast. So we're just going to take our tag, and we're going to fold it long way, or hot dog way, right sides together. And we're going to sew right down there. Okay, let's go over and do that real quick. Bring it over to the machine. I have the zipper foot on. We're going to be switching between this zipper foot, or whichever zipper foot you have, and our J foot. Even when I'm quilting these, I just use a J foot. You can put on your walking foot if your machine has a tough time. And there's also this zipper foot. So whichever zipper foot you're comfortable with or have. But right now we're going to do the let me get all, where's my foot? Let's see. Oh, you know what? I don't have a foot here. Let's get that going, huh? I wonder if I can use this one. I'm sure that'll work. Okay. Okay, I think we're golden. All right. Again, right sides together, long way. And just line it up with the 1/4 inch on there. Get the needle in there. Now I backstitch at this very beginning because I'm going to use that little tab to turn it, and I'm going to be pulling and yanking on it, so give it a little bit. Oh, this is turned way down. And that gets our tab ready. And then I just take a little safety pin. I always have one handy. Poke it through there. You see what I'm doing? There we go. Now we're just going to turn this out real quick. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we'll iron that and get it all good to go before we put it in. But right now I'm just going to set it aside. Let me pin back here. Okay. So what we're going to take first, and I'll try and do this over here so we're not going back and forth. We're going to put our zipper in. So we're going to take and we're going to put our pulls all the way to one side. And because there's 2 pulls, it doesn't matter. There's no upside down. It, you know, that's nice. That's what I like about 2 pull zippers. I don't have to worry about that. So we're going to take our top section and we are going to use this part and the lining. Okay. I'm going to set the lining here. So I'm going to put, what I would do is I put my zipper, and we know that, let's see, we want it, this is how it's going to go. So we're going to go like this. Okay. So we take this is how we want it to look when it's all done, right? And then I just flip it and I clip it to the top part of the zipper. Okay. I get my clips. Oops, let me find my clips. Here they are. Okay. So we're just lining this up. As best we can. At the top of the zipper. And is anybody sewing these today? Kind of line it up. Now these pulls on these long ones kind of get in the way a little bit, but we'll We'll fix that as we go. Okay, so now we have that done. Now we got to add our lining. So we're going to take our lining and we're going to lay this down. And we're just going to put this here. Just going to put it on top and we're going to reclip with all 3 of them lined up. And you know, the lining's a little big on each side, so that's fine. We'll be cutting that off later. Okay. Line them up as best you can. Is this making sense so far? If you have any questions or you need to see something again, just say something. So now we have our lining is right side up. Okay, perfect. Dudica. So you have your lining right side up. You have your top right side down, so your right sides together, and you have your zipper in between. That's your little sandwich. Now we're going to change our foot again to the zipper foot. This zipper foot is not the one that comes with your machines, but it's also Teflon, which is nice if you work with vinyl or leather or anything like that. But you have to remember your needle's gonna go straight down, so you got to move your needle over. So I'm gonna hit number 2 on my, and it's gonna move it over. So make sure before you use this foot that you move it over. Okay. All right. So the edge of this foot on the edge of the zipper should be 1/4 inch. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to move that around. So the batting's coming. We're just putting the zipper on and then I'll show you the batting's coming. Yes. So you still need batting, but right now we're just putting these 2 together and then we're going to put the batting on when these 2 are together. So I'm going to line the edge of this foot with the edge of my zipper tape. And off we go. Let's see how we're doing there. Might have. Yeah. You know, I'm going to start over because I don't want this white part to show. So I'm going to go a little closer. I'm going to go a little closer to, I can see that white line underneath here. I'm going to go a little closer to the tape here. And then I won't see that white when I turn it over, hopefully. All right, so I'm going to want to move these. So my needle's down. I'm going to put my foot up. I'm going to turn it sideways like this. And I am going to scooch these down. Shouldn't be too hard. Whoops, didn't mean to. Shouldn't be too hard. If you turn it sideways like that, it helps. So you can see what I'm following is this line in here. This is 1/4 inch. I cut this at 1/4 inch when I cut my panel apart. Okay, make sure it's all lined up again. Because I can see it. I can see it underneath here. Make sure I'm catching all 3 layers. Okay, no need to backstitch. Okay, so now we have this, and we are going to want to, did I plug my iron in? No, of course not. But we're going to want to iron this. Okay, this is what we have so far. Let me plug my iron in. There we go. Okay, get it heating up. How are we doing? New cabinets. How nice. I was just saying that I need to pick a craft, and it's going to be sewing. Let's see, where can I put this? This right here, I guess. Here. Bring it to my ironing little place here. Okay. So let's just iron. Get that nice and ironed. Nice and ironed flat here. Ooh, that's hot. All right. This is what we have so far. Now this is when our batting comes in. It's our piece of batting. So when you cut this, you'll have a straight edge, you know, like I have this edge that's not so straight, but I cut it here to fit. And that's where I'm going to want to use that edge. You're going to want kind of a straight edge here. Just at the top. And we're going to tuck this in. We're going to tuck it into where when it folds over, it's up snug against this stitch line. So we're going to lay it in there. And then we're going to top stitch it in. Okay, so that's how we're going to put our batting in there without getting so much bulk in the zipper. Okay, move these out. All right, there we go. Now we're going to just top stitch about 1/8 of an inch away and get these all put together. Oops, I dropped it on the floor. Okay. So you can use your zipper foot for this. Let's see, how would I want to do that? I guess I could use the edge of this. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to use, because I want pretty close to 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to use this, my J foot, just my regular foot. I'm going to go back to my number 4 stitch, which is just in the middle. And I'm going to follow this right hand little niche in the foot. There's the middle where the needle goes, and then I'm going to go to the one on the right. I'm going to line that one up with the edge, this edge here. And that's going to be, and I'm going to lengthen my stitch. I like top stitching to be a little longer, so I'm going to go from a 2.5 to a 3.5. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look like a 3.5. Okay. It's hard to see when I'm behind the camera here, but I think I'm following that little line. And let's get these out of the way. Needle down, foot up, turn it this way. Should be able to get these out of the way. Takes a little finagling, but okay, there we go. So now we've top stitched. Okay. Zipper on that side is installed. Now we have to do the bottom. Remember, it goes like this. This is on top. Then we're going to do our bottom. And I'll do this over here so you can kind of see a little bit, because we are using directional fabric. So let's bring you over here. Okay. All right, so I like to orientate it how it's supposed to be. So this part is on top. And we're going to do the same thing. So we have our little sandwich. I can go ahead and iron that a little bit, huh? We have our little sandwich. But right now, we need to take the batting out. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the batting out. And now we just have the backing and the front. So let's just work with the front right now. And we want it to look like this. Okay. So I kind of lay it out how it's supposed to look. And then I just flip it. And this is how it's going to go on the zipper. Now I can turn it around this way and I'm still good. Now, these dashed lines that we have here, we want to line those up as close as we possibly can. We want to make sure those are lined up. This goes all the way to the top of the zipper tape, but we want to look and make sure that we're pretty close to lining up those lines. Yeah. The dashed lines. Okay. And we're going to use some clips. Let's line up the other side before we going to move these zipper pulls. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that these dashed lines are lined up and it goes to the top. That looks pretty good, right? All right. So So now we'll tape in the middle, or clip in the middle. Now it does, you know, as you go, it does kind of pull on the material a little bit because of these pulls in the way. But we just want them as close as possible. In the end, it doesn't really matter, but we want to keep the bag at the right size, especially if you're going to use them for your pop rulers. You want to make sure. Now we're going to take our lining. We're going to put that right side up, looking at the pretty side. And we're going to put that on the other side like that. Try to line it up. Sorry, keep bumping the camera. Line that up like that. And just reclip. Make sure it's lined up. Just reclip it. Hold it all together. And there we go. So now we're gonna sew our zipper on. Let's go do that. How are we doing? Let's see. You can't choose one craft. I know. Zipper foot. I know. I have paper crafts. I have mixed media stuff. Got to move my needle. Not going to break a needle today. I got beads. I don't know. I do it all. Okay, let's not hit that. Let's not hit that metal stop there. Okay. Well, I don't like that, so I'm going to go back and I veered off a little bit there. There we go. Okay, we got our pulls. Needle down, foot up. Put it at an angle. Grab these. They should just cruise on by. Okay. All right. See how we're getting a little, that's gonna come out at this end. All right. Now we have this on, like we had our other. Let's go iron it. If you don't have these clips, they are really a must. They hold really tight. I think they're almost as secure as a pin. Okay, so we see, yeah, we're really close. We're very, very, very close. So I'm good with that. We're really close on both sides. So I think we're going to be good. Okay, then we have our lining. And now we're going to put our batting in between like we did on top. So we'll turn it over. Flip this up. And again, we're going to scooch it up against that stitching. Grab my batting. Put it on there. Just scooch it up there, flip this down, and we'll top stitch. And give it a little heat. Let's move our zippers all the way over. And there we go. We're going to go top stitch now. We're just moving right along. Maybe over. Okay. Now I'm going to change my foot again to my J foot. Come on, there you go. Okay. And I'm going to follow that little notch on the right hand side. Oh, I want to make my stitch length long again. I keep hitting the camera when it's right there. I'm going to move it a little bit. Now move our needle down, foot up. Move our zipper pulls. And finish up. Okay. Now this is when you would quilt. Okay. If you wanted to do some lines up here. Let's see. I don't know how I would stitch around butterflies. You could just go around the edge, you know, but that'd be a lot. We're not going to do that today. But here you might want to do a serpentine stitch, you know, just a little. You could even use some of the decorative stitches. There's all kinds of things you could do. You could do the top stitch with a decorative stitch. That would be pretty. But this is when you would quilt it. Okay? Otherwise, we're pretty much done with the top. So we can set that aside. And we'll work on our back. Now our back, we have our backing, we have our batting, and we have our lining. And the lining is pretty side down, and the top is pretty side up, okay? Because this is going to be the inside of our bag. We want to see the pretty side. I'm going to iron out this little crease I have in here. And the back is pretty simple. All we're going to do is quilt it a little bit. And so when I look at this, I think what I want to do is follow this line on all of these back and forth. So I think that's what I'm going to do. That's how I got the diamonds. I'm going to leave my stitch length at 3.5. And you want to start maybe in the middle. And I'm going to start in the middle of one of these big motifs or whatever you would call them, medallions. And I'm just going to try and hit this middle part on each one. And I'm going to follow that and this. And I'm just going to follow a line that I can see. Yeah, those clips are great. Especially if you have a serger, you don't want to use pins. Oh, you know what? I'm all the way to the left. I don't want to do that. Let's do our 04 stitch again. Now we're in the middle. Oh, that just doesn't seem like a... That is a really tight stitch there. I wonder why it's not doing the 3.5. Maybe it takes it a minute or something. No. Let's try that. Yeah, that's better. No? Well, you can't go fast if you want a big stitch, huh? Okay. Oh, I can on my Solaris. I don't... I'll go a little slower. Get that stitch to be nice and elongated. See, I've got... I don't know if you could see that, but it's like super tight up there. What did I do? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I thought I sewed my lining down. So now I'm going to go from this big one to this big one here. And I'm just going to go across. Yeah, that is not a 3.5. Maybe I should ask what I'm doing wrong here. This always seems to work on my Solaris. Yeah, I'm going to go ask what I'm doing wrong here, why I can't get a longer stitch length here. Anybody have any ideas? I'm going to ask. Of course, let me see. Yeah, those are not. Let me go ask. I'm sure it's something I'm doing. I gotta move this arm a little bit here. Be right back.
Hello. Okay, so we are here and you want to do a long stitch and your stitch length is 3.5.
Yeah,
And we're only doing tiny. Oh, what are you saying? Are you just aiming for this?
Yeah, just
Sorry.
through this.
Sorry, I cut your thread.
Oh, that's fine.
Let me go back to. And we're just aiming.
Yeah.
Let's turn on your projector. Why not? Let's use it.
Okay.
Right? Let's project. If you guys have that feature, because now I have that projected line and that can be my little target.
Let's see how tight the stitches are. That's not a 3.5, right?
Yeah, that doesn't look like a 3.5. I have no projector. Why are we?
That's so weird.
Even that looks really tiny. I'm going to go back here.
Yeah,
I'm switching over. Nothing seems to want to go bigger.
Yeah.
That is really, really strange.
Turn it off and on, or?
Yeah, that is totally strange. Hang on, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let me hook up my dual feed foot. I'm a dual feed foot kind of girl all the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it's not, but that shouldn't make a difference. I'm just going to swap this out. Where is my hoop screwdriver?
In tools. Oh, your hoop.
Looking for my. You guys know me. I love my. I am a. Sorry, I'm cutting it again.
It's fine. Just quilting.
Don't forget, it should never be loose enough for you to undo by hand. They probably can't even hear me at all.
I think they can.
I'm going dual feed. Don't forget to plug it in or it won't work.
Yeah.
We'll swap it back out when we do zipper foot. Do you mind handing me that? In? And let's go open toe. If you have these, you should be using them. And now I can see where my stitch is. There. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but that definitely feels like a 4.0. I'm going to go back down to a 3.5. I don't know why.
Okay.
I can't explain it.
Oh, yeah.
So there's my nice long stitch. And Karen's right. I don't know why I was getting these little itty bitties. But let's just go ahead and use that. Use your projector. You can project your stitch.
Yeah.
Grid lines, whatever. You have all your bells and whistles you can throw in there.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to bump this for a second. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Bringing you back down. Okay. Let's move that back a little bit. You want to see the screen? Here's what the screen is. So the projector is this button right here. We're using the dual feed foot. It's showing the dual feed. And that'll pop up when you plug it in. Showing our stitch. I have the needle down feature on. So whenever I let off the gas, the needle stays down. Here's where I'm changing the width, the length of my stitch. If I change the width, it moves the needle to the left or the right. Or no, that's here. The right or left shift. I don't ever touch the tension. And so those are my settings. And I'm using stitch number 3. Okay. Projector right there. So now we have our little line. Can you see the line? The line is right here. I always forget about the projector. You're welcome. I always forget about the projector, but yeah, you should have it on whenever you're doing, especially when you're doing this. Okay, so I'm going to start over here. I'm going to put that line right on. I know it's hard to see because of the glare. And these little boxes here, you can use your little stylus that they have and change the stitches on here. It's amazing what this machine does. Okay, so I'm going to start off on the batting a little bit. Yeah, that's much better stitching. It'll go a lot faster too. Yeah, oh, these bags are so addicting. And you know, I make them all, and I usually make a couple of panels. There's 8 bags, 4 little and 4 big in each panel. And they disappear. My family just loves them. They're very useful. Again, I'm going to skip over to these bigger motifs here, or medallions. Put that line up. It sticks way out here, so I can really follow it a lot easier. It's a very good idea. Okay. And you know, you can use a serpentine stitch, which looks really pretty when you do triangles or squares. Or triangles, diamonds or squares with them. And I'm going to go ahead and do just a little bit here. Okay. I'm going to flip it. Start over here. Do a little bit here. Okay. Cut. Now, sometimes, you know, if you have a really busy pattern, you can't tell if you got like all the lines. You can flip it over and you can really see them. You can really see it, and it looks like I got them all. So now I'm going to start on the opposite. Start at one corner. And, you know, I'm just guiding the fabric, pushing it through. Okay. Now these bags are designed not to have lining, and you don't have to do all of this. You can just follow the directions on the panel and just make a very simple unlined bag. This is like home decor kind of material, so it's kind of heavy duty, and it would stand up alone just fine without a lining, without batting. But what's the fun in that, right? It's fun to play with our machines and do some quilting and some fun stuff. I've quilted with clear blue tiles. Today we're going to use IQ Designer and do a fill on the little bag. The bigger bag, I don't think you could do a fill. Maybe if I really racked my brain, I could figure it out. But yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is totally weird.
Yeah. Thank you. It's so sweet. But clear blue tiles on these bigger bags works great. And it's the same kind of process we did with the save the date, you know, where you just kind of float this on top. You do your markings and you just kind of float it on top in the hoop. And I wouldn't put the lining on. I would just do the top and the batting. And yes, with the flowers. We're going to do that today. We're going to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't quilt the batting. I mean, on this bag we are quilting the batting, but if you're going to do it in the hoop, I wouldn't use the batting or the lining. So here we can look and we can see if I missed a row, because sometimes I do. But looks good. If you're doing like really small squares, sometimes it's easy to miss a row. So I always look at the back because you can see your stitching a lot better, and you can really see if you missed something. Okay, so yeah, we're done. Look at that. We just did some nice quilting on there. Nothing fancy. So now it's time to put the bag together. Look at how fast that was. How long did that take? What, less than an hour? Yeah, we did quilting and everything. So the next thing we're going to do is cut up these bags. Cut them on these, get them all ready to go. So let's go over here. And I'm going to put this on the floor. Dropping it. Of course I didn't. Okay. And I just used, you know, white thread. You really can't tell what color. It all just kind of blends in. But if you wanted to use something fun, like maybe a, you know, a variegated or a color, maybe you want to use red. There's some red in here. You could use some red thread and have it really pop. That would be pretty. Let me get my cutting mat. Now you could go around and sew this edge just to hold it together a little better, but I think we'll be fine. Oh goodness, okay. So let's go ahead and cut these right up to the back fabric. You can hold on to those and they could be leaders and enders. Okay. Now, we're not going to I'm not going to cut on that dotted line yet. I'm going to keep my 1/4 inch on there. And we're going to finish these off with a with my serger. Who has a serger? And are you using it? Once you start serging your bag, you'll never stop. I know that they're very secure. Okay, there's that. So now our back is all... Yes. Do you use your serger? What do you use your serger for mainly? Okay, so I'm not crazy about using my... I don't have my... Well, I'm just going to have to go through it. This is probably going to put a nick in my rotary blade, but normally I have some utility scissors in my room that I use, and I cut off my zippers that way. There we go. Now the pulls get in the way a little bit. If I had a skinnier ruler, I would use it. And I can make do. Okay. Well, if you don't have a serger, you will see why you need one. But if you don't, what you would do when you put the bag together is use your overcast stitch on the edges. Or you could pink them. Okay, so now we have that all cut out. Zipper pulls are on. You want to be careful at this point if you're moving your zipper pulls, because they're just going to go right off. So we're going to take our back, right side up. And it's a little bit longer, so it won't fit this way. We put it together, obviously it won't fit. So we're going to line this up, and we're going to put some clips on here. Because again, we don't want to... What do you think I did with my clips? There they are. I have a serger. Yeah, I remember when I was considering a serger, and I'm like, gosh, do I really need that? Do I really need a serger? I don't know. I don't sew garments, which actually, because I have a serger, I'm starting to, do simple little garments, little cardigans, stuff like that, stuff that's really simple. But I was like, gosh, I just don't know that I need one. And then I got one. Oh, actually, I took a class. It was like a 3-day class. So we were in the classroom for 3 days on this amazing machine. And by the second day, I was like, I love this machine. This is an incredible thing. It does so much more than just garments. Okay, so I'm not perfectly lined up here. There we go. I'm a little off, but that's okay. It's a bag. I can be a little off. You're going to want to follow the short one. Sure, yeah. Okay. So the serger is just going to cut that off for me. I don't have to worry about squaring it up or doing anything like that. The serger just does it all for me. So I'm just going to throw some clips in there. Then we're going to go over to the serger. So I have right sides together. We want to open our zipper. I didn't clip the bottom because I bet you it'll work. I bet you it will, Albert. I bet you turn it on, it fires right up. Sergers are tough little things, especially the older ones. No, I know what you meant. Okay, here's my serger. I have a Triumph. It's a baby lock. It's a Triumph. Let's see, I don't need that. Okay. This is an 8-thread serger, but I'm only using 4. This serger it does it all. It does things I will never do. So I'm going to go from this side because I want to catch all of that. Okay. Turn it on. It's all threaded. It's got air threading. You just push this button and it whizzes the thread right through, spits it out over here. It has automatic threading. I mean, everything is automatic on this thing. It's so simple. So simple to use. So what I'm going to do, we have a little knife here. Let me get you in here. So we have a little knife here. Yes, you can. You can use decorative thread. So this right here is the knife. And I'm going to want to butt up where I want my seam to stop right there. Yeah. They are great. They're really great. Okay. So I'm going to get you in there as close as I can without... Let me move this arm a little bit. Put you to the side over here. Forgive me while I get the right angle. Because I want you to see this thing in action. If this arm will cooperate, there we go. Maybe it'll stay. I want it more to the side though. Here we go. Okay. I guess, well, it wants to bounce right up there, doesn't it? I'm going to loosen up this. And make this go up. Sorry if I'm making you sick. It wants to pop up on me. I don't know why it wants to do that. What am I doing wrong? There's it going to stay?
There you go.
There we go. Okay, I guess, is that kind of a good angle? Let's see. If I mess with it some more, I'm going to mess it up. So, all right, I'm going to try and keep it like that. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to start at the bottom because this is where we have our little extra material. Okay. Now I want it to end right here, so I'm going to line that up with the blade, and it's just going to cut all this excess off, right? All right, I got you in real close, so I'm trying not to bump you. Okay, where in my pedal? Pedal to the metal, but these things go fast. It does have speed adjustment where you can keep it slow, but I can see my blade right here, and it's going to start cutting on that edge. And I'm just going to go slow. Come here, foot. Oh, my foot is not down. Foot's got to be down. See how it's cutting this? It's cutting that off for me. Okay, edge off. And I like to cut it. I don't like using the cutter on here because it I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't cut very well. I'm going to leave a little tail on my edge. And here's my edge. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Can you see? Isn't that pretty? Well, I don't know where the camera is now. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll just pick a corner. I'm going to pick this top corner here. And I'm going to put it all the way up to where the needles start. I have 2 needles in here. And it's going to go right over this zipper. Not a problem. Okay. Make sure I am. All right. I'm looking for the cut button. There's no cut button on here. Gotta cut it yourself. All right, there's our edge there. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you could see. Oh, there. You can really see it. Isn't that pretty? And you know it's really secure. Let's go across the top. Leave a little tail. All right, let's do our last side. Again, I'm not cutting anything off, so I'm just this side of the blade, just keeping it right there. The blade is still going up and down, but I'm not cutting anything, or I'm cutting very little, if anything. Again, we're going to go right over that zipper. Not a problem. And there we go. Our bag is all done. Let's bring it over here. What'd you think? Isn't that so much easier than just zippity-doo-dah through there? So finishing up these little corners, what I do, there's a couple of ways you can do it. And what I do is I use fray check, which I didn't bring. Oh, I got some right here, look. Do not put an I. Fray check. So I just take some of this, shake it up. What you can do is they make these long needles with these big eyes that are blunt, and you put these strings through here, and then you put the needle through here and you pull them, and they all end up inside here. They all end up inside your cover stitch, which is very secure. But I just use fray check and I cut it. So I just put some fray check on the. Easy peasy. It is, right? I wouldn't have anyone to help learn how to use it. Oh, we would help you. We would for sure help you here. Well, this is clogged. But anyway, I would put fray check. Yeah, it's just clogged. You just put fray check here and on this side, and then do it on all 4 corners. Let that dry. It only takes a few minutes, not very long. And then we'll turn our bag out. So I can do that later to unclog that bottle. So just turn out these little corners. And our bag is all done. What do you think? Isn't it cute? Let's get our little clover point turner. I don't know if it's called point turner, but isn't it cute? And you know, you can decorate these, I mean, with the quilting and all that stuff. I mean, you could just go to town on these. The corners are not going to, you know, be perfect little points because of all the bulk. But yeah, they just come together. You know, if you do an assembly line, you know, you get them all prepped, ready to go with the batting and the back and all of that. And just start. You could have all 8 of them done in just a couple hours. Wouldn't take long at all, depending on how you decorate them. But look at that. Isn't that cute? So cute. You know what we didn't do? Nobody told me. You guys didn't remind me. We forgot our little tag. We forgot our little... Well, we won't forget it on the other one. Oops. There you go. Yeah, you could put 2 little tags up here. The last ones we did, we made a handle. But yeah, you could put 2 little tags here and put some D-rings on there. Normally, well, you know, we'll do the tag next time, I promise, but it would be right here. Wouldn't be so long with me if I didn't do something. It is very cute. I won't forget the tag on the little one. Let's get started on the little one, shall we? First thing we're going to do is we're going to quilt the back. So to do that, you need a 10 by 10 frame. Let's change our foot out. 10 by 10 hoop. Screwdriver. Yeah, the strap is really cute. The strap would be very cute. Unplug this. There we go. Gonna need our embroidery foot. Okay. We've got a bobbin in there, white. Could change the color. Let me get my hoop. I got my hoop all set up already. I'll show you what I got here. I got the 10 by 10 magnetic hoop, but you can use any 10 by 10. Oh, let me push embroidery first so that it can can set the foot where it needs to be. It says the carriage of the embroidery unit will move, but it's not moving. Oh, here. Okay. So what I have in this hoop is I just have some light mesh cutaway and my batting. I need to move this. I need to move that over. Okay. I need to move my okay. With this big hoop, you have to go in at the corner there. Okay. All right, slide that on. So I have some light mesh cutaway and some of my batting. Okay, that's all I have hooped in a 10 by 10. And I'm not going to use the lining in this. I'm not going to do the lining. This is the back of my little bag. Okay. And I'm just going to lay this down for now, but we're going to get it centered as best we can. Okay. Got to get the orientation right. So this is our bottom. Our bottom has the dash lines and our 1/4 inch, and the top does not. So that's not that it matters because we're kind of doing an all over motif thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and what we're using today, yeah, I got these a while back. These are the Design Suite fills and motifs from Baby Lock, but they will work on the Luminaire. I think they'll only work on the Luminaire and the Solaris and the Avenir and the Radiance. I think those are the only machines that these motifs and fills work on. This one is by Zandra Shaw. It's very small writing. I can't really show you. Zandra Shaw. Does everybody know who she is? I think they're in South Africa somewhere, and they just make the cutest stuff. So what I did was I printed out all of the fills and motifs that come in here. It's kind of faint, but I'll try and show you as best I can. There are 5, 10, 20 fills on here. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, Hoop Fun. Yeah, they do the Hoop Fun Club. Yes. She designed these. This is dragonflies. Hopefully I'm not making you too sick.
Checking on you. You okay?
Yes, I'm good. These are little ladybugs and leaves and stuff. This one is bees. Aren't they cute? But there's 20 of them. There's 20. And I think we're going to use these flowers.
And there's other ones. So
they got so many out. Oh, we're going to use these flowers right here. These are the flowers we're going to use. I'll show you the other ones too. I can't show you the individual. This one, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And also, she has the line properties. So, you can make frames with these, all of these. It's just, and they all kind of go together. So cute. So cute stuff. Look at the butterflies and flowers. Oh my gosh, I love it. So there's the Zandra one. This one is Sweet Seams Collection. Let's see if I can show you any example of these. I can't open. These are normally $99, and she has them on the website, she said, for $75. So this one looks like it's oh, look, the sewing machines. How cute. This, I haven't seen all of these. I don't know if it shows any other. They need to find a way to show these. But these are more fills, and then this one is called Evie Hawkins. I don't know who she is. Evie, E-V-Y, Evie Hawkins. She designed some. But yeah, let's see if we can zoom in. I'm not sure what that is. How pretty, huh? See how she put on a dress? That's just a fill in here. This one I think is this was like the first one. I think this one has holiday stuff. See back here, you could see there's candy canes, some New Year's. Yeah, these are 25% off. Normally $99, they're $75. And you get 20 fills and a whole bunch of, this one has chickens. And I don't know, what is that? Birds. Cute. But that's just, this one's called, oh, this one Zandra Shaw did too. She must have done two. Ooh, I might have to get this one. I love everything she does. This one is Team Kids Collection. So it must be sports. I don't know. What are those? What are those? I need my glasses. What do you think those are? Oh, this is dinosaurs. Dinosaurs and Legos. Oh my gosh, how cute. Team Kids. Oh, so it just must be kid themed. Cute. This one is geometric. So this is all geometric stuff. Be good for quilting. I don't know, let's see. Oh, I can see some on the back here. I hope I'm not making you guys sick. If I am, just yell at me. Do you have fills on your stellar too? Do you have fills and motifs? I don't think it will. I don't think it'll work on the stellar. This is Carly Porter. Oh, these are cute. Look at these. Maybe it does. Maybe you could call the store and ask. Isn't that cute? That's cute. Looks like she did it on vinyl. They won't work. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, those are the fill. So we are using, oh, where's my Zandra? Here we go. Okay, this one is mine, and this is the one we're going to use. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So first thing I would do is measure my little panel here. Now, it should be about 10 by 10. Yeah, there's 10 and 10 and a half. So we're going to do 10 by 10. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go over, let me get you on the screen, and we're going to go home. Okay, and we're going to go into my design center. Yeah. My design center. No. Okay to recall. No, I don't want to do that. So I just want regular design center. So this is how it comes up. And we need a 10 by 10 or 9. We're going to do a 9.5 by 9.5 inch square. So we're going to go into shapes. We're going to get that square in these shapes. This is in design center. I'm going to grab a square and we're going to say okay. Now we have a square. Let's change our, we're not in a 5x7, we're in a 10x10. Doesn't affect anything except visually. So let's say okay. Okay, so here's our square. Now we want to size it. So we have a button down here and we're going to make it bigger. And this one, I'm going to watch these numbers up here. What are they called? They are called Design Suite, Motifs and Fills. They're all called that, and then they all have like different designers and different names. But I'm sure you can look at them online on the website. I can't show you all of them on here. They really should show them all because they're all just great. So I'm going to watch this number here and I'm going to try and get it to 9.5 by 9.5. There's 9. Oh. Okay. There's 9.5 by 9.5. There's our box. So I'm going to take my little USB that's in here in my motifs. This is the first time I use these. I've had this forever and it's the first time I used it. And now I'm a little addicted, I'll admit it. So I'm going to put that in the USB port. And I'm going to say okay to that. Now I'm going to go up here to the fills. Okay. This is the fills that these are the line properties up here where we want fills. We're not going to go on the edge. And actually, yeah. So we're going to go into the fills. So I'm going to push this red box there. And that takes me over here. And I have different kinds of fills. There's a stippling. I think that is like, you know, regular satin, like fills everything in. We want this third box here. So I'm going to press that. And that's going to take me to where I can select the fills that are on the machine. Okay, these are not on the machine, but that's where we want to go. We want to go where all the fills are on the machine. So we're going to press select. These are all the fills that are already installed on the machine. We could use any one of these, you know, wouldn't be a problem. We could do circles. We could do little basket weave. There's some really cute ones on here. There's like, how many? 40 something? 48 of them. There's a lot of them. So you could choose one here. You don't have to have this, although they're beautiful. We're going to go to custom. This is where we're going to find that USB. Okay. And in order to find the USB, we got to go to this little pocket here. So we're going to hit that. And here comes up. There's always the system info that doesn't, we want the embroidery shop collection. Okay, so we're going to hit that one. And we want fills. We don't want the line properties and motifs. We want the fills. So we're going to go into the fills. And this is where we can really see what's on this USB. So yeah, look at that. How cute these are. We're going to use this one, but let's look. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Aren't they pretty? This one is like birds with flowers. It's really dense. Some roses. That's some holly, or yeah, holly. Holly leaves. So it's kind of Christmassy. That could be with even some, looks like poinsettia flowers. Some lilies. Some butterflies here. The one we're going to use, though, is this one. So I'm going to touch that one. And I'm going to say okay. So now it's here under my custom. And even if I go out of custom and go in again, it'll still be there. So I'm going to say, okay, that's the one I want. So here it shows up here. So if I go back and I go to, maybe I'm in my built-in, I go back to custom there, it's going to be there until I delete it, you know. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. And I don't know, we could pick a color. Let's pick a blue, something we can see. Okay. So I'm going to say okay, because that's selected. So I'm going to say okay, and it's going to take me back to my square. So now you can see it here. And I'm going to use the bucket, and I'm going to touch. There it is. Now we've got our 9.5 by 9.5 inch square filled with that fill. So let's see. Let's go to, I know it does an automatic triple stitch, and I don't want that. So let's see. No. Maybe I have to go to next. Okay. So here's where I think it defaults to a triple stitch. So let's see. Yeah, see, there's thick circles and then there's not so thick, right? I don't want that. So did you see where I got that from? Let me say okay. So I set it. I'm going into embroidery now, and I get these so I can make it bigger and smaller, more dense, less dense. I can twerk it, you know, this way or that way. I can make it weird. I can make it like, I don't know, what would the word for that be? It just kind of distorts it a little bit. And that would be fun with some, but not this one. So we want this bottom one down here that has the thick circles. And I don't want the thick circles because that means it's going to go and it's going to stitch everything like 3 times. And I don't need that. So I'm going to say that one. It's just going to stitch it once. Okay. All right. Say set. And now we're leaving Design Center and we're going into embroidery. Now this one, I would like to make it a no sew. That is the box that we created. That's the box we created, and there's some way, and you know, I'm still learning this. There's some way to make that a no sew, or you can just skip it because, you know, it's going to stitch after. So you can just stop it, which is what I've been doing. Yeah, because I'm not sure how we do that. So maybe, no. All right. Well, we just won't stitch it. Maybe I go to edit. No sew. Which one am I doing? Oh, see, I have it on the wrong one. I don't want it on that one. I want it on this one. I think it's on no show. There. There, I did it. See, you just poke around in here. And of course, I won't remember how I did that next time. But yeah, I turned it to no sew. So now this will sew and that won't. So you see the little icon on there now? There's a little no sew icon right there. And I did it by that button there. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. And I'm going to do embroidery. And look, it's just going to do the flowers. So now I'm going to want to see how close to the edge I am on here. And how I'm going to do that is this little box right here. It's a little box with arrows. I'm going to hit that. Now I've got these keys here in the corner, where if I hit this corner, it's going to move the cursor down to the corner where the edge of it, and I can move it all around and I can see where it's going to hit on my material. So I'm going to hit those buttons. I'm going to hit that corner. Oh, I had a pretty good on that corner. And I'm going to go across. Wow, look at that. I'm going to go to this corner. Yeah, wow, I'm pretty good there. Okay, let's go up here. Up there. It's pretty good. All of that is going to be within the seam allowance. So I could move this over. Yeah. So I could move this over just this way a little bit. You know, doesn't have to be perfect. So now let's go back to this corner. I'm going to probably want a tape because I'm pretty close down there. Look at that. Look at. So I just kind of look and see. Of course, I could move it down. Could move it down a little bit. I've got some room there. So you just kind of look, see where you're at. Let's go back down here. That's pretty good. You know, but just to be safe, you might want to tape. Wow. I'd say I'm spot on. Pretty cool, huh? Should we put some tape? Let's just err on the side of caution. Let's find some tape here. Only not crazy about using tape on batting, but you know, just to be safe. And I'm going to keep this tape within the seam allowance because I don't want to have to pick out a bunch of tape. I can just sew that into the seam allowance. It's not going to be a problem. So I just kind of put it within 1/4 of an 1/8 of an inch on the edge here. Whoops. And just keep it within, if I can get it off my finger, keep it within that seam allowance. Because if you have just a teensy bit of tape in there, it's not gonna affect the seam allowance, especially if you're using a serger. It's gonna close it right up. And we know the bottom is longer than the top anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. We're going to cut off a bunch of that anyway. So I'm just kind of laying it down here and get my arm in there. This is the one that's going to be cut off mostly. Okay, a little bit over here. There we go. Okay, that was easy enough. I think we're good to go. All right, so let's say okay. And we don't have to worry about like bringing up our thread, knots on the back because we don't have the lining in here. We just have the backing, batting, and a little no-show mesh, which is going to give your bag even a little more stability and still be soft. So I think we're good. I think we just, and if you want a different color, I'm going to use, oh, it's not threaded. I'm going to use this white. But, you know, if you wanted to use something pretty or something more that popped, here we go. How fun is that? To get a fun little quilting pattern on here. People are going to think you bought this bag. Huh. Great. Yeah. No, I'm good. I got my coffee here somewhere. Yeah. A little sip of my coffee. How are we all doing? Is anybody going to try this? Like I said, this was the first time I opened this and put it in my machine and did this. And I'm like, why have I not been doing this on everything? You know, why have I not been doing it? It's so easy.
Oh, those are good.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing the daisies. Yeah. I know you can't see very well. Let's get you in there. I should have used maybe a bright blue, huh? So pretty. Sure, that tape is down. Oh, let's stop. Tape is lifting a little bit here. But I don't think it's going to get much closer to the edge. Have you used them, Dudica? Have you used them? Like I said, I got a couple of them. I got a couple of these CDs, and I have not. This is the first time I used it, and I just kind of fumbled my way through and figured it out. It's not hard. It is a perfect background quilting. It is for small little projects like this. You know, think about doing your pieced blocks in the hoop like this. Say if you do an 8x8 or even 10x10 squares, you could quilt your whole quilt one block at a time. Or, you know, you're going to make a little bag or something. You could just throw this, you know, any little bag. You could just throw the little sandwich like this together and you're going to create your own shapes and fills. Wow. There so you're not bumping around with the arm. So this little 9.5 by 9.5 square is 13,000 stitches. A little over 13,000. Well, you know, when we were checking the edges to see, we could have used a projector. I never think about that. And we could have really seen how it lined up on there. Yes, absolutely. You could use Kimber. I did clear blue tiles on the bigger panels because, you know, you have to do 2 hoopings because you don't have a hoop that's like 15, well, unless you got an Avenir. Are they 15 inches now? You got an Avenir or one of those what is it, Janome, or what is the other one that has a huge hoop? If you have one of those, you could do the bigger bag in 1 hooping, but, you know, for us mere mortals who have the 11-inch hoop, we have to hoop twice. So, you know, like I said, it's just like doing what we did with the background quilting on the Save the Dates. We just marked it and did 2 hoopings, moved it, lined it up, and you could do the same thing with Kimberbell clear blue tiles on the bigger bags. And on the smaller bags, you could just use fills, or if you wanted to use Kimberbell, you would do the same thing. You would just mark with the smaller tiles and use the Kimberbell. Designs by Juju. I don't know what their process is for edge to edge, but whatever their process edge, you would just, you know, it's just a smaller piece. It's not a quilt. It's just small. I think it would work fine. I used clear blue tiles on a small one. I used, oh, let me see, I think I have it here. No. Oh yeah, here it is. This one I used clear blue tiles because I wanted, this one has cherries on the front. And so I wanted something with cherries on the back. I don't know if you can see them. See the cherries and the swirls? That's all designed by Kimberbell. This is Kimberbell. Isn't that cute? So I did that on this one, and then on this one I just used a fill that was already on my machine, which is hexagons. Can you see them? I used the hexagons. Isn't that fun? So that was just a fill that was already on the machine. So I did the same thing as this one, but just a different fill. But I haven't done a big bag yet. Which I should try. I should try the bigger bags. Isn't that cute? I don't know if you can see those flowers or not. Can you see them? Isn't that cute? I'm just so excited to be finally using these CDs, these USBs. Yeah, you could get more precise and technical with putting your material perfectly in the middle. You know, you could use the crosshairs. Kimberbell has the file for crosshairs, and you know, fold your material into force and then unfold it and be perfectly lined up. You could use the Dime has that perfect alignment laser light. You could use that to put it perfectly in the middle of your hoop. You could, you know, measure it, make a dot in the middle, and then line it up with your laser light on the machine. You could get way more precise. You did? You just got it? I just got mine too. I just got mine too, and I can't wait to use it. What are you going to use it for? I was going to try and find a way to make edge to edge easier, lining up the other hoopings, because I have a hard time with that. Me too. Jeannie got it for me too. I got it through Jeannie. Yeah. T-shirts, yeah. T-shirt placements. That's good use for it. I just have such a hard time with edge to edge, and I like to quilt everything with the edge to edge. Like little things like table toppers and table runners and baby blankets. Little. I haven't gone past the baby blanket yet on the edge to edge. But, you know, if I can find an easy way to line them up with the rehooping, then I'll be all in with bigger quilts. Alberta, you have the clear blue tiles but haven't used them yet? Yeah, I want to make that easier. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way, Judika. When I do, then you know we'll have a little class because I want to make that easier. Yeah, Alberta. If you watch one of my save the date, I use the clear blue tiles on that. And it's only a couple of hoopings, but you might get the gist of it. Once you start using clear blue tiles, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. You did? You got save the date? Oh, great. Yeah, we did. I think pretty much all of them. I think the only ones we didn't, I think we started with Hoppy Easter. I think we started with Easter and we went all the way to December. I don't think we did the January or the February. Did we do February? Maybe we did February. Maybe we did. I don't think we did the January one though. Amelia, you know, I have one of her books, and she's the one that does the quilting, the edge to edge, if I remember right. Amelia Scott. She has the books where you download the designs. Am I right on that? I'm terrible with names. Yeah. Yeah, so I've taken a class with that, and I do have some of her stuff. Do you think she's easier than the machine, doing it on, you know, from here on the edge to edge? Are her designs easy? I haven't used them. I did take a class and I watched, but I didn't do it. The saved dates are cute, aren't they? Once you get them done, you're just like, oh, I gotta change out my pillow. It's time. It is intimidating, and I think that if I go any bigger than a baby blanket, I might get those things that hold up your. You clip them to your table, and they hold up your quilt, so there's no drag. I would want to get those first. Yeah, Alberta, watch the videos. Yeah, the weightless quilter. Yes. I'd want to get that if I go bigger than a baby blanket. I can do a baby blanket. I've done that. Mhm. Yeah, it's the arms that clip to your table, and then they have clips on the other end, and they hold up your quilt. Let it move around freely. I still feel like this is going over the stitches like 2 or 3 times. Oh, maybe not. We're almost done. Get my little cutting station ready. I know, I do too. I know, I know exactly what that's like. So many to-dos. You know, I just try and go in my room and pick one thing to do, and then I'm one of those people, once I start something, I gotta go all the way. I gotta finish it, get it off my plate before I start something else. No, this is not Lori Holt. I mean, this is Lori Holt Zippy Bags, but we are embroidering it with. We're using our fills on our machine with the design suite for baby lock and also the luminaire. Yeah, we got pretty quilting. Look at the pretty quilting we're gonna have on our zippy bag. I know. I love it too. It is a hefty hoop, but I use this hoop all the time. This is the 10 by 10 magnetic. It'll hold anything. It is so strong. If you were hooping like, leather or heavy canvas or something like that, this would hold it easy. All the layers. It's very, very chunky. But my machine handles it like a champ. This is made by Baby Lock. So it's made for the machine. It's not an off-brand. It's not, Baby Lock made this for the Solaris, and so it'll work on the Luminaire or, any machine that'll take a 10 by 10. But, yeah, I don't think they would make it if it didn't work just fine, and I've never had a problem. They are expensive. But all you gotta do is call. All you gotta do is call, and I guarantee you they'll give you a great price. But it's one that I use for all of my no, I don't know the exact weight. It's a lot heavier than just a plastic hoop because it's got a lot of metal in it. Underneath here, it's got some metal. It's thicker plastic than the other hoops. But yeah, I use it for all of my edge-to-edge quilting because this is the one where you take off the side, the top and the bottom, or the sides, and you can slide it. You can slide everything along. Yeah, the next brother sale should be, a couple months before Christmas, which is, we're already in March. But yeah, I would give him a call. It's so worth it to me. I use this a lot. Now I have the dime ones. I have the 7 by 12 with the thinner magnets and all that. Which I use those too. But when I'm doing my heavy quilts and my heavy baby blankets, and I'm embroidering them in the hoop, this is the one I use 100% of the time. Really? Ah, peels off the velvet pads on the back. Hmm. Hmm. You know, these tables that I'm on, this table that I'm on over here, you can see in the back, it's flush. So it kind of gives it some support back there. But I don't have that at home. And yeah, it seems to work fine. Oh yeah. Which baby lock? I mean, as long as it'll take a 10 by 10 hoop. Altair. Yeah, 9.5 by 14. Oh, 9.5 by 14 is the biggest one there. I don't know. I don't think so. We're all done. Okay, come over here. Yeah, these are beefy. They'll hold a lot. And okay. Now I'm not going to put those magnets back on until I get I have bubble wrap that I have on here that I keep between the magnets. So I'm going to put these down here. I'll put that together later. Okay, so here's our little panel. I think I did pretty good with the tape. I didn't get any of the stitches in there. Very nice. Nothing worked than picking stitches. Okay. So let's see, what do I do with my ruler? Oh, it's right in front of me. So I'm just going to cut this. And then we'll start on our front panel. Now I'm just leaving the, it's got the no-show. I'll show you what that looks like on the back. Okay. Okay. That's what it looks like on the back. So you got your no-show and your batting. And it's still very, very soft and pliable. Oh, just think if you did like a thread that showed with some of the, oh my God, these are so cute. I'm just so excited. I'm going to have to buy another panel and make more. That's for sure. All right. So our back panel's done. We can set that aside. Are they snappy on fingers? No, they're not. They're not because they're kind of, they have so when they go on, you're holding it like this and they just kind of go on. And there's this part here where you're lifting that, doesn't like slam down No, I've never had a problem with that. Not like I do with the dime ones. So we have our lining for our back, right? So what we'll do before we start putting our bag together is we'll just go ahead and we're just gonna sew around here like that, and then those will be together. So your inside lining, when you look inside the bag, you won't see the quilting like you do in the other ones. So we'll set both of those aside, and we're going to change our machine over to sewing because we're all done embroidering, and these are our front pieces. I'm going to start with our tag. I'm going to get rid of this embroidery design on here. Take my USB out. It is so pretty. So I'm going to switch out. I'll leave you guys over there. You don't need to see me switching out to a regular foot. Oh man, she really tightens those up. There we go. Okay, we're putting the regular foot on. Okay, our regular foot's on. Now this whole time we've just been using white thread, so I didn't get creative with my thread, which you guys can certainly do. So we're going to make our tag, and again, we're going to fold it on the long side, or hot dog. So this is hot dog, and when they say hamburger, they mean that way. This is hot dog, or on the long side, and we're going to do 1/4 of an inch. And we're going to remember to put this in our bag next time, right? Somebody's going to yell at me and remind me. I just got so excited about we're going to go into sewing. I got so excited about using the serger. Okay. And then again, we're going to backstitch at the top here, just to make it a little stronger for when we turn it. Okay. Let me get my safety pin. Stick it through there like so. I'm inside the seam allowance here. And I just have a teensy pin, making it a little harder on myself. If you have a bigger safety pin, I suggest you use that. But little ones work. If that's all you got. Grab that safety pin, and then I just kind of inchworm it down like this. Grab those little ruffles, and then I pull. There you go. Take my pin out. Okay. All right. We'll iron that later. I'm going to put it over here so I can see it. Okay. So we're going to put our zipper on. Let's change our foot. This zipper foot is so tiny. Takes a little bit to get it on there. There we go. Move my needle over, because remember, the needle's in the middle. If you start sewing, you're going to break it. So I moved it. I went from stitch 03 to 02, and that just moves it over to the left, and we're fine. So we're going to take this, And we're going to disassemble. We don't want the batting right now. It's just like the other bag, just smaller. And we're going to take our zipper. Set that aside. So all we have right now is the top, and the lining for the top. And we want it to be like this. We have the dashed lines on top here. So this is what I want it to look like when I'm done. So I'm going to put it like that, and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to line it up with the top of the zipper. And the small ones are a lot easier because the zipper pulls don't get in the way. So let's put some clips on here. Okay. And then we're going to take our lining. Let's make sure that is pretty smooth here. I think I have oh, that looks good. Okay. Let's take our lining. My lining does not have a right or wrong. It's just some really, this isn't even very good material. I think this is Joann's. See how see-through it is? So, but it's lining, so it doesn't have a right or wrong. So I'm just going to lay it down. If it did have a right way, the right way would be facing me. And I would put it up here. Just make sure it's overhanging this piece a little bit on each side. Doesn't matter how much. And then line it up and reclip. Okay, now we have those together. Now we're going to sew 1/4 of an inch. Of course, you can see this. You want to get right on the inside of this line here. Can you see that? Right on the inside of this line into the blue. You don't want to see any of this white when you fold it back, so you want to be on the inside, okay? And you can see it in real life. You can see it pretty well. So I'm going to line up this part of the foot with that line because I can see it. I can see that white against the blue. On some of the bags, you know, they have lighter colors up here, and so it's kind of hard to see that. And so you could mark it. You could just take a mark and mark it on the wrong side, and then that way you would have a line to follow. So I'm just going to keep that foot lined up with the left side of the foot lined up with that. Make sure everything's lined up good. Okay, so no need to back stitch because that'll be within the seam. So there we go. Now let's iron this down. That looks pretty good. Oh, let me get my ironing board going here. Hold on. Do the old switcheroo. Okay. Oh, here they are. What did I do with them? And my iron. I'm going to leave that on the floor and just pick it up from there and bring you guys over. There we go. Got my ironing board all ready to go. And we're going to want to iron this. Okay, waiting for the iron to warm up a little bit. Okay. Let's iron this side. There we go. Okay, now we're going to take our batting, our piece of batting for this upper part. And just like before, we're going to snug it up to this stitch line here. And kind of line it up with your lining. Okay. And then we're going to top stitch. Okay. Let's go over and top stitch. Now I'm going to change my foot out. I'm going to go back to the J foot here. Oh, let me see. I don't know why that pops up, hides my comments. A little window pops up. Okay, again, I'm going to line up this little part right here, this edge of this, with the far right little notch on in the middle of my foot there. There's the middle notch, and then there's a right and a left. I'm gonna line it up with the right one. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna lengthen my stitch. See if it does it. Oh, see, I'm all the way to the left for the zipper. So let me go back to the middle. Okay. Foot down. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm getting a 3.5, but you know, sure you will on your machine. It's okay. The 3.5 is just because it's decorative. It's not really part of the construction. So, okay. Okay, now we've done our top stitch and those 3 layers are all secured. Okay. Yeah, that's not a 3.5. Okay. All right. Now this goes this way. Remember, this is on top. That's how we want to. So we want our bottom. So we're going to do that again. We're going to take out the batting because we'll put that in later. Now to make sure, because it's directional, I have to do this every time or I will get it upside down. I will. So this is what I want it to look like when it's done. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip it. Okay. So now I know it's orientated correctly. Orientated. Is that a word? Okay. So now I can flip it this way. Now I want to line up these lines, these dash lines, remember? I want to line those up as good as I can and clip as close as I can. Okay. Where are my clips? Here they are. Then I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to line this one up as best I can. That's pretty close. That's pretty good, I think. Okay. clip the middle. See how fast these guys come together? Okay. Take our lining. I don't have a right or wrong side, so I don't have to worry about that. And let's see. I just want it to hang over a little bit. Doesn't matter how much, because all that'll get cut off. And reclip. There we go. Reclip. Clip. And reclip. Okay, let's see if we're still lined up really well. Yep. Yeah, it's good. Okay, again, I can see that difference between, you know, the solid white, and so that's what I'm going to aim for. I need my zipper foot. There we go. Okay. Align that, move my needle over. Don't forget to move your needle over if you're using this foot. That would be an awful, awful sound. Don't you hate it when you break a needle? It's just like so scary. Okay, make sure everything's lined up. Okay. There we go. Wow, that was terrible. I messed up right here. See, I got too close. But so because I'm not too far, I don't have to pick it out. I can just sew over it. I'm going to do that. Do a tiny back stitch at that point. There. There, that should be good. See how far off I was? Okay, see? So I just did another stitch. I should be good. Okay, let's go iron. I can just iron real quick. I don't have to bring you over, make you sick. I'm just going to iron that down. Go down the back. Okay. And then we're going to, I'll do this over here. We're going to put our batting in, just like we did in the top. And line it up with that stitch line. Okay, bring that down, and we're going to do a top stitch. I'm going to change my foot. I'm going to line up that right side line there, and off we go. I'm going to try and do I'm going to move my needle. I'm going to try and do a longer stitch. See, I feel like that one's doing it now. Okay. Now, this is when you would do your quilting. Okay. And I mean, we can do, let's see, we go to this one, I think. So where we can do a little serpentine on the top here real quick. Wouldn't take much. So what I did was I went to number 2 in my menu and I found that one. It's 2-19, which is a squiggly line. And I can make it longer and a little wider, a little longer. That looks pretty, huh? We could do that. Do some wavy lines just for fun. Now it tells me what foot it wants. It wants the end foot. Oh, where are the feet? Here we go. I'm sure she's got one in here. Here's an end foot. Yeah. Here's an end foot. Let's put that on. Oh. There we go. There, see how easy it is? Just do a decorative stitch. Let's do a serpentine. We'll start in the middle. And I'll just follow one of the, let's use our projector, right? Let's see, our projector is right up here. We hit this little cone looking thing. And then it turns it on here. And we have a little line. And we can actually see the squiggly line. See it? I'll put it on the batting. See, it shows which stitch we're using. So I'm going to go like right down the middle. Let's see if I can do it with you guys that close. So then it's just pedal to the metal, and I'm just watching this, making sure it's within those squares. And you could use, variegated thread, decorative thread. Okay, then we'll cut. And I don't know, we'll go like right here. So now I'm going to follow this thicker line here. Oops. So you just have some fun with the stitches on your machine. And we'll do one more. Everything's better in threes, right? It would be pretty. Get out that variegated thread and have some fun. Okay, I know I'm just using boring old white, but it still looks cute. I don't know if you could see it. That still looks cute. There you go. As you please. So what I did on mine, I'll turn that off. What I did on the other one was I just outlined the flower. I just went around, and I went around like loosely, like I didn't, I didn't like go all the way down in here. I kind of followed this white line that they have here. And it's just kind of a, and then you could get out your echo foot and just keep going around keep going around, keep going around. Do 3 or 4 lines. That would be really cute. See? That would be super cute, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's pretend we did that. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me try and go around all these curves. It's not hard. It's just time. It's just time consuming. So then we're done. We're done with our top. So let's go back over here. And we're gonna cut. Oh, we gotta move our pulls into the middle. Don't forget to do that. I don't know why that's here. Okay. Now again, I'm using my rotary cutter over the zipper. I shouldn't do that. I'm sure I'll have to change my blade. Normally I have some utility scissors. Oh, utility scissors. Look at that. Look at what I did. I caught my thumb. Oh my goodness. Took my nail polish right off. Tell me to slow down. I had my finger over here one time and just sheared off just the thinnest little piece of my finger. Okay. Now we bring our back in. Let's sew around our back. Let's sew around here. So these are one piece. Just go around with like 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Let it take the hit. Just gotta be careful, huh? Silly me. So I don't really need to change my foot. It's kind of a good open toe, the end foot. So I'm just gonna stay within about 1/8 of an inch. Just stay within the seam allowance. So, oh, well, I don't need the serpentine stitch. Oh. Let's just go to a straight stitch. Okay. And you can lengthen this stitch so it's like a basting, because that's all you're really doing is just basting this around. Of course, this machine does not want to do a longer stitch. It's bunching up my... Okay, this foot's not really working. I don't like this foot. I'm going to put on the J foot. I'm just trying to, yeah, that's better. Just trying to hold these layers together while I go through the serger. It doesn't have to be. That's weird. Why do these machines not like me? It's like the machine's like, no, you're not Jeannie. You shouldn't be fussing with me. Okay. Now let's cut around that. Get rid of that excess. Without taking my finger off would be good. Oh, our tab. Let's not forget our tab. Okay, I remembered. Okay, our tab. Let's do our tab. We need this part again. Did I knock it on the floor? Did I throw it away? I think I threw it in all this stuff. Look at me. Okay. Well, we have this one. Let's use this one. It doesn't match, but you'll get the gist of how we put a tab on. Yours will match. Okay, so we're just going to fold this in half. Fold it in half like so. And then I like to put mine on the left side. And I don't like it very long. You can make it, you know, as long as you want. You've got all this. But I like them kind of short. So what we'll do is we'll base this on here. Okay. And I'm just going to go within the seam allowance again. And just do a little straight stitch. Okay. And then we'll cut this off. Oops, sorry. Cut it off on the edge. Okay, now our little tab is on there. So when we turn it out, it'll be that way. Okay. Take our top. Here's our bottom. This is the bottom, remember? The bottom has the, and then that's the top up here. I'm going to put these together. Some clips. Let's make sure that we're doing it the right way. Yeah. Oh no, this way. So there's only one way it fits. So if you have it the wrong way, you'll have hangover on the side. You're supposed to have a little bit of hangover on the bottom, but not on the sides. And I'm just going to put a few clips in here. Just to hold it while we go through the serger. Okay. There we go. We're ready to go through. Oh, let's open our zipper. And do that. Opened our zipper a little bit. Now we're ready to go. So I'm going to come over here. Oops. Yes, here we go. Bring it over without making you too sick. Okay, here we go. Here's the serger. Okay. All right. All right, let's do the bottom because we're going to cut some off of there. Okay. See, I'm under the blade. Start out slow. Okay. Cut a tail. Oops. Well, it just did that all on its own. There's my serge. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right.
To make sure I am not lying to you.
All right. Try not to cut much off of this. All right, let's do the other side. Let's do the top. So if I'm going to get a pucker, I think I want it to be at the bottom. I'll show you what I mean. So. Okay. So I'm going to start at the top. Go up to the needles. And it's going right over these zippers, right through that tab. These are powerful machines. But at the end, because you have so many layers, well, I didn't get much of a pucker there. I think that did pretty good. What do you think? Super easy, right? Again, I would put fray check on both sides of each corner. Let that dry and then turn it out, but I'll do that later. We'll just turn it out now and see what our pretty bag looks like with a tab. Let's see, I'll go here. It is a nice finish, and it's fast and it's easy. You know, I just keep my serger, you know, ready to go for a, and you know, this is a perfect 1/4 inch. You could piece quilts with a 4-thread overlock. You know, if you wanted to zip through a baby blanket real quick. I mean, I wouldn't do like tiny pieces, maybe just, you know, the long parts, stuff like that. Get my clover, get these corners. Like I said, the corners are, because you have all of these layers, they're not going to be perfectly pointy, but that's kind of the charm of these bags. It's, if you do the 4-thread overlock, it's just naturally a 1/4 inch. That right there. So let me see, where is my see if this, at the end of your purple thing, if you have one, is a 1/4 inch, that square. So if you take that and you put it here, you're a perfect 1/4 inch. And it's just if you do the 4th thread, it's just naturally like that. And there's our bag with our beautiful flowers. I don't know if you can see it, but they're just gorgeous. So pretty. Just give it a good press, and there you go. With our tab. The tab is nice, you know, helps you open and close it. You know, you could put one on each end. These bags are so cute. And let me tell you, they won't last long if you let people see them. They're like, oh, I need that. Can I have it? And you always say yes, right? They're so cute. I just love making them. And like I said, if you assembly line these, if you get them all ready to go, you know, all cut, all done. I mean, you just, I know, we need it. We all need it. Yeah, I need that. They just whip up in no time. And if you don't have a serger, then I would do a 1/4 inch. I would just do a 1/4 inch straight seam, and then I would do a zigzag on the edge just to make sure that, you know, it didn't fray, you know. So not that big of a deal if you don't have a serger. But a serger's nice. It's very nice. If you can swing it, I would get a serger, even if it's just a 4 thread overlocker. You know, this one is it does a cover stitch. You can use up to 8 threads. You can use up to, I think, 3 or 4 needles or something like that. It does some crazy stitches. But you know, you can get just the ones that would just do the 4 thread overlock, and they're, you know, a fraction of the price. So for sure, if you can swing it, I would get a serger. It's a nice addition to your sewing room, for sure. So what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna make them? Am I gonna see them on Facebook? I just love that. I love it when I can see them. What are the different? Oh, well, Baby Lock has a whole line that starts with, they start with ones that you thread manually. I don't remember what they're called, but you thread them manually. Those are, you know, they do the same thing. It's just, you know, oh my gosh, you have to thread it manually. It's not that big of a deal, and they're a lot cheaper. And then you can go up to the ones that air thread, where you just, you know, push a button, or, you know, and it just pushes the thread through, which is really nice because threading a serger is kind of a pain. There's 4 threads and they've got to go in, you know, a certain way, but, you know. And then, but the I had the Celebrate, which is the first serger that has the air threading, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And that's the reason why I took the class, because I was like, I'm intimidated. I need to figure out how to work this thing. And so they were offering a class with the Triumph, which is the top of the line, you know. And I'm like, well, you know, I'll just learn how to serge, and then, you know, I'll go home to my little serger. And then, you know, I just fell in love, and I said, take my money, whatever it takes, do it. But sergers are very affordable. If you just want the 4 thread overlock, which is what we did today, and you can do that on clothes, you can do that on, you know, repairing clothes, things like that. They're just invaluable in that area. Finishing up, you know, if you wash your material before you quilt or before you do something with it, you're going to want to serge the sides before you wash it. It won't fray. I mean, there's just so many applications for a serger that are, you know, just make a big difference in your sewing room. So just get the 4 thread overlock, because that's what I use the most. This thing does 50 million things, and I do one thing. You know, one thing the most, you know. And so I'll give you that advice, that, you know, 4 thread is a must. And to get that, it's not near the cost. You know, and I'm sure Jeannie can help you. That brother makes sergers too. You know, so I'm sure they can help you out in that arena for sure. You give her a call or email her and see what they can do for you. You know, they're always good about that. I'm ready to go and get my she shed and get in your she shed. Yes, you have a she shed. How fun! You're so welcome, Alberta. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate you guys being here with me and sewing with me. I feel like we're real friends. I really do. I hope you guys make them, and I hope that you put them on Facebook so that I can tell you how beautiful they are, because I know they will be. Thank you, Dudica, for being here. I appreciate every one of you. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. I'm gonna sit down with Jeannie right now and schedule the Lori Holt block, the quilt block, and the rope bowls, and the Janine Babbage. So I'll have 3 more classes coming up. I'm so excited. Until next time, yes, you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks again. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, do all the things. It helps the shop for sure. It helps A1. This is their channel, and we want to give them all our love.
Who are we giving love to?
To A1.
Okay. All righty then.
Lots of love to A1. We love A1, right? All right, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.